What's up, guys? Casual Yu-Gi-Oh here. Today I'm coming at you with my update for my Alien deck profile for June 2020. Aliens is a deck I've played, I think, for 2 years now, just about 2 years, and I really enjoy it. And it's a deck that, like, since the last time I uploaded it, which I think was August, I haven't made a ton of changes, but there is some changes. With more time and experience playing the deck, you learn different things or whatever. But yeah, not a whole lot's changed, but this is just an update. So yeah, here we go. So obviously you play 3 Shock Trooper. So Shock Trooper is obviously your normal monster that you're using a lot to make rank 4 plays. 1900, good stats, but that's pretty much it. He's one of the main power plays you can do in the deck. Your fuel for a lot of your Synchro and XYZ plays. Uh, so 3 Alien Ammonite. Ammonite is your tuner. When it's normal summon, you grab back a level 4 lower alien from your graveyard. And then that's pretty much it. But yeah, it's just how you go into your synchros. It's good. I would think this would be a mandatory 3 alien dog. Whenever you normal summon an alien, you can special summon this from your hand and then place 2 A counters on face up monster or monsters your opponent controls. That's pretty good. Yeah, I mean, I really, it's just my deck is more A counter focused than I think a lot of alien builds. I've seen some alien builds where I don't know, I don't really know what their focus is. It's just like be generic reptile stuff, but I don't know. I think the A counters actually work pretty well, but yeah, I like this card a lot. You never really get like 2 of them out at a time, so like I don't play any like rank 3s or anything like that, but it's just there to put more counters on stuff, and that's pretty much it. So something new I put in, not too shocking, but I put 3 rescue rabbits in. I took the unexpected dies out because actually, like with some new stuff that I added in, I do think this can work extremely well in here. Obviously, it's a 1 card rank 4. That's the main reason it's great, but there's kind of, I don't want to say a combo, but it is kind of a combo. I'll show you guys in a second. 3 Alien Warrior. I'm still playing 3 of this because it's a good level 4. It's an ultimate rare. I own that. That's one of the reasons I play it, because it's an ultimate rare. But it's got good stats, 1800. It has the stat reduction of whenever an alien battles something with an A counter. And then the main reason is if it's killed in battle, I can put 2 A counters on something. That's really good. And that's kind of underrated because a lot of times, like, the way I built my alien deck, you're kind of walled up, you play defensive, and if your opponent were to run this over, you get A counters, which is exactly what you need. So 2 O's, I only play 2 Alien Overlord. The reason you don't play 3 is because 1, this card's searchable, and 2, you can only control 1 of it at a time. So if you had 2 in your hand, the second one would kind of be useless. But yeah, it's a good card because it can once per turn just put an A counter on every face-up monster your opponent controls. That's really good. That's actually for like a really powerful play that you can do in the deck. Lastly, 1 Alien Telepath. This is the last of the monsters. I still think he's a really good card because at any point you can kind of just dump him or get him out, and then he can remove an A counter and then blow up a spell or trap your opponent controls. That's really good. And that's a soft once per turn, not a hard once per turn. Spell cards. Play Triple Swords Revealing Light. This is a face-up card that will stay on the field that we can bounce back, and it stops our opponent from attacking us. And there's kind of, I don't want to say it's never-ending, but it's pretty good when you can have this and then Cosmic Fortress Golgar bounces back and then play it again and then be like, okay, well, like, until you get rid of this, I'm going to just not be able to be attacked. So I like that. 3 Deck Lockdown. So this is a card that I would tell any alien player, if you play Cosmic Fortress Golgar in your alien deck, which you should, if you're not playing 3 Deck Lockdown, I really think you are playing the deck wrong. Because, like, the great thing, this is, it's kind of your win condition, because first turn, you make Golgar, you do your searches to get him out, or do your searches, whatever, set up for next play, but then you play Deck Lockdown, and then your opponent's like, oh, so I can't really play much. It's like, yep, that's right. And then, like I said, during our turn, we can just bounce this back and then keep reusing it and constantly be free of it while restricting our opponent. It's pretty great. Triple Supply Squad. So this is just kind of something new that I added. Supply Squad is pretty cool because there are some alien cards in here that require to be just like they need to be destroyed to do something. So I figure, like, okay, Supply Squad is continuous, so I'll be able to bounce it back and get more advantage that way. And it gives me draw cards for basically like kind of playing a slower version, because like I said, like Alien Warrior, like we want him to be killed in battle. Like I'll just show you like some other stuff, but like Supply Squad actually put some good work in. So this card, I'm not gonna say like you have to run it 3. You could probably bump this down a little bit. You probably don't need 3, but it is what it is. So new tech that I'm running in here, off the recommendation I think of like the last Alien deck profile I put out. Someone said like, hey, why don't you try like Mausoleum of White? And I was like, I read it at first. I was like, I don't know about that, but I read it, and during your main phase, you can get an additional normal summon of a level 1 Light Tuner, which is really good, and that's what you use it for. So the combo is if you had this card and you had Rescue Rabbit in your hand, this is all you need, because you can normal summon Rabbit, do a rank 4 play, and then you can, with King of the Feral Imps, you can search out your Ammonite and then activate Mausoleum of White, and then with your additional normal summon, boom, there you go, Golgar. And it's a continuous card, like in the sense of like it'll stay on the field, so like face up, spell a trap. So you can just bounce this back to your hand to get some more Golgar. So that's really good. It hasn't affected like dump a normal monster, but to be honest, most of the time we're already gonna have like the Rescue Rabbit play if we're gonna be doing that anyway. So 3 ofs, still A-Cell recombination device. This is really good. It's a Foolish Burial for aliens and lets you put A counters on your opponent's monsters. And then, as long as it's not the turn this card was sent to the graveyard, you can banish it from the grave and then get an alien search. So that's really good. Mandatory 3 of. Okay, so for 2 ofs, this is the card I was kind of talking about with Supply Squad. A-Cell Scatterburst, so you can pop a face-up alien you control, like destroy it, and then put A counters on monsters your opponent controls, and then that will trigger Supply Squad. I've gotten to use that a few times with when my opponent's trying to target one of my aliens. I just flip this over, and it's a pain in the butt for them that they really don't get anything out of what they were trying to do. So I like it as a 2 of. Not that aliens would ever get hit on the list, but I'm saying like, I don't know, if I ever lost some stuff in this deck or decided to take it out, yeah, I might bump this to 3. I think 2 is a good number though. Same with this card, Mysterious Triangle. I play it 2. You can destroy a monster on the field with an A counter, preferably your opponent's, and then special summon a level 4 alien from your deck, destroy it during the end phase. This is another card that could destroy your own stuff to trigger Supply Squad, but I don't really know. The reason why I don't really want 3 is because there are times where like a level 4 alien alone doesn't really give you a ton of plays just by itself. So like I don't love that. It is kind of a combo play, but it requires a little bit of setup, and I don't know, like I'm not like it's. I don't view it as a mandatory, but if you played it at 3, I wouldn't fault you for it. And then a few 1-ofs. I play 1 Power Filter. This is just a random card that I like. Continuous, works in the deck that you can bounce, and it doesn't affect you in any way. Neither player can special summon a monster with 1,000 or less attack. Okay, so like think about like what's happening in the game right now. Like let's say you go first, you play Power Filter. A lot of people want to play like needle fiber combos and stuff like that. Well, you're not going to be getting Jet Synchron out with this. Like you're not going to be, there's a lot of tuners that they're not going to be able to get out. And there's a ton of decks where like they're relying on just summoning a bunch of like low attack stuff. And this card shuts that off. So like, I don't know, in my opinion, you got nothing to lose. You're only playing as a 1-of. A card that I should have probably been playing in here earlier, just 1 Solidarity. I've always liked Solidarity. I just have never found the perfect deck to run it in. I do think this is the perfect deck. We're playing all reptiles in the main deck except for Rabbit, which Rabbit will banish itself, so we should be fine there. And then, yeah, everything of that type, Reptile, will be boosted by 800, which is extremely important for us because we can summon a few, like, level 4 aliens. And so if they're all getting a boost, that's pretty nice because then they're just harder to get over. Golgar would be hard to get over. That would be really nice. And lastly, I play 1 Trap, 1 Mass Hypnosis. So I did take out the Planet Pollutant viruses. I just was trying to have more stuff that I could bounce the turn I draw it, you know, like if I go first, like I can immediately go with that stuff. Planet Pollutant Virus I think is still a good card, but yeah, I don't know. I needed to make room for stuff. Mass Hypnosis, because of its upside, Mass Hypnosis, if you combine it with Overlord, is a really good play. So if you have this face down and then like on your next turn, you special summon Alien Overlord, and then put A counters on their stuff, then you can flip over Mass Hypnosis and take control of all their stuff, because you would control an alien. That's really good. This card is destroyed during the end phase of the turn it's activated, but if you have Golgar, you can bounce this card back if you play your cards right. So, yeah, it can take control of up to 3 of your opponent's monsters that have an A counter on them. So that's really good. This is, like I said, this is kind of the best way in my version that we can put A counters on everything. Before, you could have run Planet Pollutant Virus. That would have been nice, but this card's easy to search anyway, so it's not a big deal. But yeah, just 1. You could bump this to 3 if you found the room. This card is really good, and it has a really good upside. Okay, so that's it for the main deck, the extra deck. synchros. I play one Armory Arm and then one Old Entity Cthulhu. I don't know how you say that, but these are just in case you had Alien Dog. I don't know, like let's say your opponent like got rid of your if they got rid of your level 4 that you tried to bring back with Ammonite, and you're just stuck with the dog and the Ammonite, you could go into one of these. I don't know, like it's just an option. I'm not like crazy about either one, but in this extra deck has so much room for whatever you want to put in it. I would not fault anyone if they wanted to play Pot of Extravagance. It does get a little dicey if you banish too many Golgars or too many King of the Feral Imps, though. I would say you want at least 2 of each of those. But Cthulhu's not bad. You could sink into this, and then with your level 4, you can go into a rank 4 and just draw a card. It just gives you an extra draw off that. So that's actually a decent play that you can do. So like I said, if you had the dog with the Ammonite with bringing back like Shock Trooper or Warrior, you could sink, go into this, and then like I said, you just overlay into King of the Feral Imps, and then you just draw an extra card off of basically the dog. So you basically get the dog for free. Like you put the 2 8 counters on something, and then boom, there you go. Then for level 5s, the only other level 5 I play besides the boss of the deck, I play one Catastor just in case I run into something that I can't out normally. I don't know. Like, I never get that card out, but it's an option. I got 3 first edition Cosmic Fortress Golgars. I'm content with these. I know like some people are like, why don't you try to get the ultis? But I don't know. I'm content with just the regular ultra rares. But Golgar, really great card. He's the boss of the deck. If you're running aliens and Golgar isn't the focus of the deck, I just don't get how you win. Like, I just don't get it. The fact that this deck is still a playable deck, that, like I said, a lot of people will think that aliens are complete trash. Don't get me wrong; they need support, and I made a video talking about that. But they're a very playable deck. You also really need to go first. Like, you really need to go first, in my opinion. If you try to go second, I just don't think it works out for you. You don't have enough firepower, and you're too like. If your opponent like interrupts like one play, then like that could really be the death of you. But yeah, Golgar, great card. Trish, just in case. I mean, I don't know. Like, I really never make him, but he's is an option that you could do if you had the right setup. But I don't know. That's it. And then XYZ monsters or Ixies. Sorry, I play triple King of the Feral Imps. The reason I play 3 because, like I said, you have so much room in the extra deck. So if you made one and then that got, like your opponent wiped your board, you were able to make a second one. If for some reason you were still alive, it'd be nice to have a third one because you have the ability to search any monster in your deck, so that's really good. One Cowboy because if you're playing a rank 4 deck, just in case you need to run Cowboy. I play one Heartland Draco because we run so many continuous spells that being able to attack your opponent directly and then this card cannot be targeted for attack seems like it's pretty decent. One Silent Honor just cause. One Baguska. I really despise this card, to be honest with you, but I just was looking at my binder and I was like, oh, you're a rank 4, sure, I'll throw you in there. And then lastly, one Dark Rebellion Dragon. The rank 4s could be anything. I'm sure someone's like, why aren't you running the Alien Link? I hate Link monsters. I think everyone should know that. I don't know. Makes me want to throw up when I see a Link monster because I'm just like, this mechanic should not exist and I hate its guts. But yeah, I don't even think it's necessary. Aliens are a really functional deck without that. So yeah, hope you guys enjoy it. Have a good one.